welcome to Gulf News Straight Back. Match number 10 of the Asia Cup Super 4 was between Pakistan and Afghanistan, but the whole of India was keenly watching to see the contest and to see how it would pan out. It was as simple as this. If Pakistan won, they would play in the final against Sri Lanka. But if Afghanistan won, then it meant all the teams, including India, who had lost their 2 Super 4 matches, still had a chance to get to the final. In the end, Pakistan won by 1 wicket. It means India are out. Anis, your thoughts, please.
Thank you, Imran. And hello to all the beautiful people. Hello, Ashfaq Bhai. Well, it was once again a cracker of a match which went to the last over. As much as I should feel for India, I feel for the young Afghani boys. I could see tears in the eyes of Fazal Farooqi after he went for the 2 sixes. But you have to give credit to young Naseem Shah. He's just 20 years old to hit 2 sixes out of the park in a pressure situation, because who knows what would have happened had they gone down today. But in the end, the player kept his nerve and Afghanistan had to let it go.
Anis, look, if the team loses 2 matches in the Super 4 stage, it's asking a lot of, assistance from the others to get to a final. Just sum up how you feel India's done in the tournament.
Well, you rightly mentioned, when you lose 2 back-to-back matches, especially in the Super Over, then you are at the mercy of other team. And India was at that stage. So similarly, the same thing happened to Afghanistan. Had they won today, they still would have had a chance because they could have beaten India. Why would it not? If they can beat Pakistan, why cannot they beat India? So they would have believed that they have a chance, and they would have hoped that Sri Lanka beat Pakistan, or it would have been a 3-way tie. We wouldn't know what would have happened. But the fact is, it's difficult to come back in a tournament where you lose 2 matches. But that's what is the beauty of this tournament. T20 is all about, nerve-wracking. It goes to the wire. And the team which holds his nerve goes on to win, as we saw with Sri Lanka, we saw with Pakistan twice. And I'm afraid Afghanistan is so near yet so far. They are a young team, but they will learn.
Okay, Ash, congratulations. Pakistan have made it to the final. They've had a decent tournament. How did you enjoy the game tonight?
It was a scary game. I thought we almost lost it. But thanks to confidence by Naseem, who is like, I would say, the find of the tournament. He is just 18 and he has the guts to fight. He had guts. He's a brave boy. He went for 6s. Back-to-back 2 6s is a big thing. And got it bad. But Pakistan, I think, messed it up in the very beginning. Babar Azam not getting runs and getting LBW cheaply. And the Fakhar Zaman was very lazy in between the wickets and cheaply got run out. That put Pakistan under pressure. But then Rizwan, brave man, he put his feet down, Rizwan and Iftikhar, and they scored some good runs. And then Rizwan also got out, and then after that they become very shaky. They make the game very difficult for themselves. But ends well is all well, so that's good.
But Ash, the way Afghanistan started, the way the openers in particular, Garbaz and Zazi, they were smashing the ball around and looking really good. One of those got 4 fours, and Garbaz got 2 6s. At that early stage, it looked like they were really up for it, and it looked like it was going to be a tough night in the end.
Yeah, they started very well. They were very determined today. They wanted to win, the way they walked in and the way the body language. But I think the Pakistani pacers were a bit too much for them, because Haris Rauf pace, they were beaten by sheer pace. I think they didn't face such class fast bowler in any other match. So it was a bit difficult for them to face them. And then spinners also did their job. So I think when the opener got out, their hero, Rahimullah, and then I think the game was out of their hand. But they got the first very good power play, and it was good. But see, first 10 overs belonged to Afghanistan, 72 runs in with 2 wickets. They were all set for big total. But the next 10 over, they could score only 57 runs because of the fast bowling, class bowling by Pakistan. And if you see in the field, they were so determined. They were not giving anything away. When they were jumping around, they were very passionate. They were passionate to win. And Pakistan team they're looking like on the lower side while batting. Their body language was not that great. So that's why I think they were not trying hard. They shouldn't have brought the match to this 20th over. I think they should have tried early to finish the match. when Rashid was off, they should have taken chances on other bowlers and finished the match on 15th, 16th over. But they just drag it on. They were playing very slow. But that put Pakistan in a lot of trouble. Thank God they got saved.
Yeah, and it's just going back to the way Afghanistan started. How important was it that it was Ralph and I think Hasnain who got the wickets of Zazi and Gurbaz? How important was it for them to break that early partnership? Because they were starting really well, weren't they? Like Ash says, they walked onto the pitch really confidently. The tails were up. They were up for tonight, but and that partnership was looking really good too.
Oh yes, Imran, I was in the stadium and I was watching, because when they were giving pace on to the batsman, it was easy to hit. And the moment they took off some pace, because I saw both the wickets. One was a cross hit by Gurbaz, and the second one, Haris Rauf really beat him. Actually, not Haris Rauf, I would say it was Hasnain who clean bowled Zarzai. These are both dangerous players. And in the end, in the middle order, you have to give credit to Nawaz and Shadab. They put a tight noose around the Afghani batsmen. They did not have the experience. When I say did not have the experience to read the wicket, what is a pass score? Probably they went to think about 160, except for one guy, Zadran, who's a very smart cricketer who knows how to rotate the strike. Other guys were trying to go for glory. In the end, they realized that even 130 was defendable. So had they thought about 145, 150, but now it's easy to say sitting outside. When you are inside, you feel you are edgy. Oh no, runs are not coming. And mind you, like Ashfaq Bhai said, Pakistan did not give any easy balls or freebies to the Afghanistan batsmen.
But Anis, you mentioned the spinners there, Shadab Khan and Nawaz. How frustrating is it for the batsmen when the spinners come on and they just can't hit the ball? The overs are ticking over. The pressure starts to build. How frustrating is it for batsmen when the spinners start, get a stranglehold of the match?
You know what? I was reading an article about the Asian batsmen this year struggling, whether it is from India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, to play against spinners. It is frustrating because they don't use their feet. They don't use the sweep shot well, which is an hallmark of a good player of spin. If you cannot hit the big boundaries on a slow wicket, what is important is to rotate the strike. Because when you rotate the strike, then the bowler bowls to your strength. But if you're able to bowl dot balls, that means he's able to bowl to his strength. And that is what has been happening to most of the players. We saw with Indian team struggling with the spinners. We saw Pakistan, of course, Rashid Khan is a different act. But even Afghanistan players, they couldn't play the spinners. Even though Sharjah is a small ground, you cannot hit sixes at will. So if you take pace out of the ball, you're not able to get the length to hit the ball out of the park. And I remember when Shadab was brought on to bowl to the dangerous Zadran, he went for glory. He hit already 1-6. What was required? Little smart cricketers move the ball around. But as I said, experience will teach them. When the big boys can't do it, you can't blame the Afghanis.
Ash, I think the big blow came for Afghanistan when the captain Nabi was bowled out for a golden duck by, I think it was Shah who got him out. I think it must have been, Afghanistan probably knew then that all hope has been lost, isn't it, when he went out?
No, see, I won't say they said, because they knew they have world-class spinners. They could defend the total. But they were hoping to 160, 150, 160 run. Like they were not hoping more than that. That's what I feel. But they couldn't manage because of the top-class bowling. And even Fakhar Zaman, who dropped catches against India, he took 2 catches. I mean, Pakistan didn't drop any catches today. That was a good sign. And so I think the Pakistani bowler was spot on. And the other way, if you talk about the spinners' frustration, you could see that frustration while Pakistan was batting as well. When their spinners were bowling, it was very difficult to hit, even very difficult to rotate the strike. And hats off to Shadab Khan, who hit 4 sixes, 2 to Rashid Khan and the 2 other. He made the match, basically. He is the hero today. But though Naseem Shah, at the end, he took 6 to win. But Shadab Khan is the one who took the match to this point. Otherwise, it would have been disastrous.
Yeah. Okay, so Ash, Pakistan were chasing 130 for the win, and a lot was expected from the captain, Babar Azam, who's been struggling a lot for some time. And he flopped once again. He was out for a golden duck. Why has he been in such bad form?
I have no idea. It's a bad patch. It comes to every batsman. I mean, he's the world #1 batsman, but this is a bad patch. Remember this? I think Asia Cup is not good for him. I think maybe he should rest in the next match against Sri Lanka and give it some thoughts because that's insignificant match. So he can take rest and sit outside and watch that other players do, and maybe he'll come back. Then it sometimes gives you confidence.
Anis, you think that's a good idea for him to do? Sit out the next game, prepare himself for the final, and to think ahead for the T20 World Cup is around the corner?
There are two ways of looking at it. You see, there are different minds, different thinking. I wouldn't blame to what my dear friend Ashfaq Bhai is saying. If I would be Babar Azam, I would probably take the bull by the horns, get some match practice, because I don't want to be coming without any score on the back in the final of a match of a tournament. So I would take my time. I wouldn't bother about my strike rate. A lot of people talk about Babar Azam's strike rate, but we've seen last 2 years, Pakistan have been winning T20s because of Babar Azam and Rizwan. If Rizwan has been scoring at a little bit of pace, but you need support on the other end. And whenever Babar Azam fails, Pakistan generally tend to struggle. He's like now what Virat Kohli used to be for India. So he's the linchpin of the batting. So I would not ask him to rest. I would probably want him to play, get his eye in. And I hope they bat first, because in the finals, generally we have seen it's difficult to defend. So if I am Babar Azam, think what I would do is that I would win the toss, bat, and see how I can be in a situation of defending a total in a final.
Yeah, that's another way of looking at things. Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see what they do, because obviously they've played tonight. They've got the game on Saturday, then obviously the final on Sunday. So maybe they'll rest a few players, or like Anis says, maybe they'll all play.
Fast bowlers, rest the fast bowlers. There's nothing wrong. Rest your key players. But a captain has to lead from the front. I would put it this way.
Yeah. Captain has to probably carry on. Okay, so look, Azam was out for a golden duck. Fakhar Zaman was run out for 5. It was a great start by Afghanistan, defending that modest total. Ashfaq, they couldn't have asked for a better start, right? They had Pakistan scared for a while.
Absolutely, they couldn't have asked for more. I mean, that was the best start they should have, and they got it. It was like a wish come true. But as we said in the last chat also, that the Pakistan has like depth in the batting lineup now. You could see that even the 11th man coming hitting. But you have, after Fakhar Zaman, you have Shadab, you have Iftikhar, then you have Asif Ali, then you have Khushdil, and it's a long batting lineup. It was not a worry. I mean, they knew it's a small total they can manage. So though they did it with great difficulty, but finally they did it.
Provided a real spectacle. That's what they did.
Yeah, it's a real spectacle. Yeah, it was Naseem Shah's day.
Yeah. In fact, Anis just mentioned the Sharjah Stadium, the small boundary. Yeah, Anis, was it a tough wicket to bat on as well tonight?
Yes, it was not easy. The ball was not coming onto the bat. When you give pace, that's what the fast bowler did in the last over.
Yeah,
tried to go for Yorker rather than slowing down the pace. The tail-ender had to just swing his bat. Yeah. So again, I would not blame the fast bowler, because he had picked up 3 wickets, so he was on a roll. And Naseem Shah had nothing to lose. He had to swing. Absolutely. And he caught it in his arc and he pulled it out of the park. I remember Miyada's 6th or mid-wicket of Chetan Sharma.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Okay, so tomorrow night, India's playing Afghanistan. It's going to be a chance, I suppose, for both teams to get a little bit of a practice ahead of that T20 World Cup. Anis, should there be any major changes in the Indian team tomorrow? Will they try something new, experiment with some players, or batting orders or something?
They should. Why not? Now they haven't tried DK. They haven't given opportunity to young Bishnoi enough. So they should. And I think the Deepak Chahar might come into play tomorrow, because their fast bowlers still not recovered if they decide to replace. Because India has been winning with 3 fast bowlers and 1 all-rounder in Pandya, 4 fast bowler and 2 spinners. So you need 6 bowlers to win a match. You can't play with 5 bowlers. So they would definitely like to sign off with a win, and so would Afghanistan. Because Afghanistan is, as Ashfaq Bhai said, is a dangerous team. They have world-class spinners. And mind you, if they are able to put again India in a spot by picking up early wickets, who knows, Afghanistan might spring a surprise, because they have nothing to lose. India has everything to lose, I'd put it this way.
Okay, and Ashfaq, Pakistan have made it to the final. Can they win the final now?
I think they should win. They have the capability now, since India is out, so they have the capability. But Sri Lanka is not an easy team, but I think Pakistan has an edge on that, and they should take the trophy home now. since India is not there, so no worries.
We'll see what happens on Sunday. I think that's all from us for tonight. Remember to head to gulfnews.com for all the latest news and reviews and everything else. We'll be back with another episode of Gulf News Straight Back. But for now, good night.